Hey everybody, it is January 14th and we have new mods on Snowrunner. So we have four, kind of, but the problem is one of the mods is now not showing up in the mod browser. So today we got the M181 Hellion ISV, we got TC's 2020 Yeet Mobile, and we also got a another mod that I'm gonna have to go into the filters, subscribe only, and right here we have the My Royal Heavy Hauler. Now for some reason this is not in the main mod browser section any longer, so I'm not sure if they've already taken this down. If that's the case, I don't really want to review this because people will be watching it going, I can't find it, I can't find it. So I'm kind of at a dilemma here as to what to do. Well, you know what? We'll take a look at it anyway, and we're going to try to get through these mods as quickly as possible. And I'm just joking. This is probably going to be a long video, but let's get right into it, shall we? All right, so let's take a look at this one first. This is the Royal Pain. This is the Royal BM that for some reason isn't in the main mod browser now, but I still have it. So if you guys did download it, you can still use it, but I don't know, apparently it's been taken off the mod browser for some reason. It probably needs to be fixed or something. But this is the first one we're going to take a look at now. This will cost $98,400 compared to the vanilla game version that costs $122,700. This one has switchable all-wheel drive and diff lock is always on, whereas the base game one does not have diff lock. Alright, so customizations. What do we have? Engine. Actually, we have quite a few engine options here. We have, a rather common truck engine, modified engine variant supporting increased power output, more powerful alternative to a regular stock power system, an engine block redesigned with a more modern approach to engineering, fine-tuned version of the popular engine. So, of course, we're going to go with the best of the best here. We'll put the special edition. So we have custom suspension active, and we have the raised. So I'm just going to put on the raised. Okay, so even though I kind of fast forwarded through this, we're going to try these because these don't have chains on them, but it says a special prototype compound which grabs all surfaces including ice and mud, so we're definitely going to try those. And there's not nearly as many options on tires of this vehicle as there has been on some of the mods that we've already seen. Winch special edition offline is already on it, so we'll keep that on there. Spare wheel, we have that one. No need for that right now. Stock, we have the wedge cap, round cap with air filter, tall front facing, short round cap, wedge cap, and the stock. So we'll probably put on the tall front facing. And frame add-ons, as far as I can tell, there isn't any special frame add-ons to this truck. So we'll put something on there like the sideboard, but I guess. Visuals. Chrome cap with beacons, stock windshield, front bumper, heavy duty handlebars, reinforced bar, impregnable. I kind of like the reinforced bar, so we're going to leave that on there. Miscellaneous. Cabin air conditioner, stock air conditioner, cabin protector, triple horns, external horns, roof fog lights, beacons of fog lights. Wedge cap, muzzle, heat shield, and stock for the exhaust. As I said, I'm not too worried about going through all of this. This is just cosmetic stuff, so have a couple different rims. Paint jobs. All the standard paint jobs that we are used to, and then we have some different looking two-tones down here. So we'll go with that. Oops. I keep forgetting to do the interior. So we have the typical Joker Datsun Hawaii. All the accessories, all the stickers, all that good stuff. So there she is. Horn. Interior. All right, so let's go test these tires out and see how they do in the mud and the snow. Okay, so this is the first mud test we're setting up. This is the shallowest mud of the 3 tracks. So let's put on all-wheel drive, put in auto, get up to speed. All right, so you have to remember I am still in auto. And it's not going through that too bad. And of course, that's not the thickest mud. This will be a better test. We'll go into mud track number 2. This is a lot thicker. Okay, so it initially slowed us down quite a bit when we first got into the mud. Now, I'm still in auto, and I would say that this is actually going through the mud pretty damn well, being that it's in auto. It's slowing down a little bit here, but we're going to keep it in auto until we get really bogged down. Yeah, no reason to take it out of auto for that test, but the real test is the track over there. Alright, here's the beginning of this one, so we have a good long way to bump up the gears here. We're in 5th. We're in 6th gear, we're going to hit it hard and we're going to come to a pretty quick stop. Yeah, I totally expected that, but this is the really thick mud. We're still in auto, and it's moving along not too bad, but let's put it in low and see what happens. Honestly, yeah, you know, it doesn't seem to be doing any better in low. What if I put it in low minus? No? Low plus? Okay, so the odd thing is it doesn't seem to be going any faster no matter what gear you put it in. It seems to be pretty steady. The only thing I can see, well, now it's not, but before, when I put it in low, we were getting better fuel economy. But it's definitely not having a problem going through the mud. I mean, I would say it's going through this heavy stuff pretty quickly compared to other vehicles. There's been a lot of vehicles that I've tested that can't even get through that mud, and we're back in auto. So, all 3 mud tests, I would say, is a success. Let's go see how it does through the snow. In 6th gear, it looks like? Yeah. Alright, so it seems to be handling the snow about as well as it handled the mud. And I would probably say this snow is probably the equivalent of the second mud track. And as you can see, it didn't have any problems getting through there. So let's see how it does through the heaviest of snow. I'm still in auto. So let's put it in low. And again, it doesn't feel like putting it low really changes anything except for the fuel economy. Alright, so we finally came out of that snow, and no matter what, that last snow track right there is just difficult to get through. I mean, it did it without you know, any problems. It didn't get held up, but it's just slow. It's just such a slow track. So the only other thing I really want to test with this one, I want to test these tires on the ice, because like I said, these tires don't have chains on them. So I'm kind of interested to see, because it didn't say they're studded either. So I kind of want to see what kind of grip they have on this ice. Wow, look how slow it goes when you put it in high gear. That's crazy. Okay, so these are actually pretty grippy on this ice here. So that's rather impressive. Let's see here. Yeah, not too bad actually. Not too bad at all. My guess would have to be that these tires are studded or something, but then again, it says that they're made from a an experimental compound or something like that, so that could be the reason why they're so grippy too. This is always really to come down and kind of slide out, and usually I can flip it. Whoa, nope. Alright guys, so that is the new Royal Pain mod that's out. It's pretty good, you know. It impressed me. It went through the mud easily. It went through the snow easily. And it didn't have a ton of options on it, especially with the tire options, which I kind of appreciate that. So now that we've taken a look at this one, let's quickly move on to the next mod, shall we? Okay, so what we have here, we have two mods, but they're kind of the same mod. So we have TC's 2020 Yeet Mobile. This is going to cost you $61,679. And honestly, guys, this is basically a Chevy Corvette. I don't know how they got this in the game, because it's clearly a Corvette. What they did, and it's pretty cool. This doesn't have all-wheel... No, this does have all-wheel drive. It's switchable and no diff lock. Then we have this one over here. This is the mud version. This is the one that we're going to take a look at. For some reason, this one, like I said, this is literally a Corvette. So, I don't know. I may take a look at this later on, have some fun with it, but not in this video. This video, we're going to focus on this one here. All-wheel drive, always on. Diff lock, always on. Let's buy it and take a look. So, here we go, guys. Like I said, clearly a Corvette. Let's customize it. Okay, so this is where things get a little tricky. So you can put in a 1700 horsepower engine or the stock 900. I'm going to leave the 900 in, and I'll explain it when we get out on the map. Gear, we have race, mud, and stock. We're going to leave the mud on for now. Suspension, stock. Tires, you only get 3. You get the Assassinator, paddle, and tractor tires. Now, the wheel performance, there's actually no differences at all. But I'm almost certain that there should be some kind of difference in these. So one of these tires will be better suited for something. So we're going to leave the paddle on. Paddle? No, patty. Yeah, I think we're going to leave these on, actually. Get a stock winch, that's it. Frame add-ons, basically, right now, the roof, you can't see it, but it's got like, well, not a T-top, but the roof panel is removable. If I put that on, the roof stays on, so we're not going to do that. So I can show you guys what it looks like with it removed. Rims, you know, no choices for rims. Colors, all kinds of different colors for it. I think we'll go with that one. And typical, you get bobbleheads. Clown Dude, of course, Beans, Hula Chick, and the China Chick. Beans because this is TC's. If you don't know who TC is, then, you know, maybe you've never played this game before. He's a pretty popular YouTuber. I think he's probably the biggest Snowrunner channel. So let's leave the garage. Take a look at it. I mean, it looks really good. Like I say, definitely a Chevy. That's what the interior looks like. Let's start it up. Very nice throaty engine sound. Lights. I don't think you can attach a trailer to this. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's do mud test number 1 with this. And now is what I'm going to explain to you guys why I kept the 900. I checked this mod out earlier today, and I put the 1700 in it, and it's actually just, it's too much power to go through the mud. It's just too much. So we can change the suspension. Let's raise it up a little bit. And let's see how it handles a little bit thicker mud. Okay, now, for a vehicle that looks like this, you would think this would go through mud a little bit better, but it really doesn't, so let's put it in low. And it's pulling it a little better. Not a lot, though. I mean, this is really slowing down in this mud, and this ain't even the deepest mud, so let's try to work our way over to the side and winch out of this. And one of the things I think is kind of odd about it is that even when you put it in low gear, man, the engine's just roaring. It's like you're really winding it out. So we're going to try to go into deepest mud. I pretty much think I know what's going to happen. Yeah, it just, it doesn't like it. doesn't like it at all. So let's try to get over to the side here. Winch our way out. So what that pretty much tells me is that if it has that hard time going through the mud, it's not going to get through the snow any easier. In this game, the mud and the snow physics are fairly similar to each other. So I'm not going to take it through there, but what I am going to do is try this obstacle course and see how it does. Ooh. So it handles stuff like that fairly decent. This thing is a lot of fun to drive. But again, driving it through really heavy snow and mud, I don't feel that's this thing's calling at all. But that is TC's Yeetmobile, and we're going to take a look at this again a little later in the video. But for right now, we're going to check the final mod for today. So again, under Scouts, we have the M181 Hellion ISV. 191,500 cash it's going to cost you. All-wheel drive, always on. Diff lock, always on. Let's buy it. So this thing is pretty badass looking, I will admit. Engine, you get one engine, that's it. Gearbox, so that's a crawler style gearbox. I think we'll leave this gearbox in it. Suspension is active. Tires, there's a few to choose from, but if I remember correctly, there's not a ton. So we have these here, high performance snow mud tires from Pog Tires. And then we have these here. So I think I'm going to try these because these seems like these will probably be the OP tires for this. Winch, we have the Autonomous Scout Plus. So we'll put that one in there. Spare wheel. We have a rear mounted and a top mounted. Frame add-ons, small roof rack, another roof rack, yet another roof rack, and a trunk storage. Visuals, lighting, we have factory beacon, flasher bar, or searchlight. Rims, we only have two different kinds of rims. No paint. Bobbleheads, we could put a bobblehead in there if we wanted to. And we could actually put a hood ornament on this, which, well, seems a little silly, but why not? Fire it up. Take a look at the interior. Looks very cool. Now, I'm pretty sure this is a vehicle from Halo. That's what it said in the description. Me not being an Xbox guy, I've never played that game. So it's pretty cool that we have this, and if I go to the trailer store, you could have a wide variety of trailers to choose from to put on the back of it. But that's not what we want to see. We want to see this thing go through the mud, go through the snow, and see how good it is. Okay, first mud test. Let's first jack up the suspension. And let's hit it. Now, I didn't have these tires on when I tested this earlier before I recorded. But again, these tires are performing pretty good through this mud, I would say, compared to the chain tires that I was using. The chain tires were not good at all. But let's see how these tires do in the thicker mud. Okay, so as I thought, it's still bogging down pretty good. Let's put it in low. Putting it low, it pulls you along a little better. I'm not gonna lie, with the looks of this vehicle and everything, I don't know. I kind of felt like this was gonna be like a really OP kind of scout vehicle that was gonna like pull through the mud and snow really easily. But it's definitely not. I mean, it feels like, you know, just a I don't know. Like, it's definitely a decent scout vehicle, don't get me wrong. Especially with these tires on it. It's probably going to be a thing where you're going to want to test all the tires, and I just don't have the time to put something like that in the video. And there's our Royal Pain that we left there. And now for the thickest of the mud. Okay, so as usual, this what really puts a damper on the fun. But again, I will say these tires are performing a hell of a lot better than the chain snow tires I used earlier today. So it'll definitely be a thing where you might want to experiment with different tires on this vehicle. Now to see how she goes through the snow. Wow. She is stuck in 6th gear right now, so let's drop it down. That was interesting. That was interesting. So again, pretty much same as expected. Goes through snow about as good as it goes through the mud. I'm going to skip the heavy snow test for time constraints because there is another thing that I want to do with this vehicle and the Corvette. Alright, so here we are in Truck Day in America region map, and this here is where I feel this thing really shines. So let's hit this, shall we? This first jump, man. Oh, perfect. Oh, and now it's stuck. That's alright though, it got itself out pretty nicely. The weight transfer on this thing is pretty decent, as you can tell by the jump there. You know, I feel that this is really where this mod shines in something like this. There we go. Pull that with no problems at all. A lot of air. Got a lot of air right there. Now we're getting to the rock crawling part of the map. So as you can see, this thing really doesn't have any problems going anywhere. You know, and I feel like this is one of those mods that this falls into the fun category. It's just a lot of fun. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put it in low to go across here. This is kind of like my nemesis on this map, but we did good. Oh! On those bounces, the cameras are going right out of there, so can't really do donuts with this thing. But that was a lot of fun, and like I said, guys, this mod definitely falls in the fun category, and I think that this is perfect for tracks like this. I can't wait till we get more tracks like this. It's going to make these kinds of mods really shine. Before I leave, before we shut out the video, I do want to take a look at the Hellion one last time. Okay, so here we are with this one, and I'm just going to show you guys how this does on the course. There's a couple things about it that I was a little disappointed in that I thought it'd be better at. For one, it is really front heavy, as you can see. So, spectacular jumps are definitely not something that you're going to be doing with this. It is so goddamn front heavy. I kind of feel like this is more of a take it easy kind of scout. Although it looks like you'd want to drive this thing super hard. It's just, I don't know, it just doesn't pan out that way. So let's well, let's see if we can back into here to, no, I don't want that one. I don't want that one. Oh, come on. Really? There we go. I mean, again, it has no problem pulling. Again, incredibly front heavy. And I don't know, you know, maybe my expectations for this thing were just too high. Because, man, I don't know. I just really thought this was going to be like a go-nowhere, rough and tough vehicle. But we're going to try to go over here because when I went up the other way before, this thing kept getting stuck. So, yeah, it's all about choosing the path with this vehicle. Put in low gear. So basically, I feel like this vehicle could be a lot more fun if it wasn't so front heavy. But I will say for stuff like this, it goes through a lot more smoothly because it is front heavy. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, you can do pretty good donuts with this thing. So again, these two mods here definitely fall in the fun factor. Again, like I say, I don't know. I think my expectations were just a little too high for this one. So I don't think it's a bad mod. It's just not what I was expecting. That thing over there, that thing is a beast. It's crazy. That's super fun. Again, it's not great for everything. It definitely has a place, though. So guys, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed it. These are the mods for today. I'm going to be continuing to bring you the mods as they come out, try to get them out as quickly as possible with these videos. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you're enjoying these mods. If you did, hit the like, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.